I am going to do masks today. I'm going to do masks for getting ready to go out, and I'm going to do masks for when you've had a late night and you wake up the next morning and you think, who's that? Also, I'm going to do some really old favorites, and I'm going to try some new ones. So I will give you my routine. In the morning, if I wake up and I look like a bed of nettles has attacked my face, I go for cold. And there's many ways I go for cold. A classic way, and this is way too cold at the moment, let me dunk it in. So, Creo balls, the idea of putting cold on your face is something that's been around since, you know, Marie Antoinette put ice on her face. I think they had ice cream then, so she might have done. But it's the idea that you go around and you're cooling down your skin and you're depuffing your skin. Now, I got this from Teresa Tomei, and she doesn't make them anymore. And I remember when I was in Japan, there's a great shop called Tokyo Hands in Tokyo, and it's got all these amazing contraptions that start off in this shop, and then you find them in sort of Face Gym and other people, facialist things, and tons of companies. I look at them and I think, that's not new. I saw that in Tokyo Hands. But Creo Ball has been something that you can probably get around the internet. I keep buying in the freezer, not the fridge, but I did this yesterday morning before a shoot, and it just cooled down. I especially use it on the top of my eyelids where I might be very puffy, just doing back and forth. So Creo balls, look them up online. I think lots of people sell them. Now, another company that did do something like that is called Farm Girl, these little balls. So I'm gonna put them in a bowl of ice. It's like we're in a cooking show, and we're gonna bring them out later and see how effective they are. I've seen lovely Sarah Jossel use them endlessly on her channel, the beauty journalist who's a beauty editor at the Sunday Times Style. But I've always looked at them and thought, I wonder if they're as good as my Creo ball, so I'm going to try them. I'm going to start with Lila's favourite mask. This is called Spacemasks, and Lila adores these so much because she puts them on at night. And if you feel you need some downtime and you've got a few minutes to lie down, could be during the day, could be before you go out in the evening, and you need that moment of just de-stressing, this is such a good mask because it smells of lavender and sleepy things. You put it on, it's very comfortable to put on. You're not going to get marks on your face, and that sort of lavender releases, and it's just incredibly comfortable to sleep in or to rest in, and I can just feel that I inhale all the good smells that are sort of, you know, aromatherapy based smells that will relax me. And sometimes it's like when you do a meditation, you really get in that zone, and when you look at yourself in the mirror again, you think all the stress has gone from my face. So if you've had a very stressful day and you've got some event going on, sometimes a mask will help. But I think even more, having that 10 minutes of total relaxation of your face, trying to remove the stress of the day with something like that is very, very helpful. And I think it's a great remedy we don't always think about. Now, you've then got lots of new masks that came on. Masks used to be cream masks. They used to be like Guinot was that first mask that I used years ago. It now says it's for dry skin. And I remember when I used it, I had really spotty skin. I thought it had camphor in it, but it sort of like goes on. It's a cream-based mask. When I smell it, I smell lavender. I smell camphor actually. So it's got things in it that are going to calm your skin down. And I put that on, and it's got a slight little tingle. I don't know what the tingle's from, but it's been around for years. I don't think they've changed the recipe. Guinot, mid-price product. And if your skin feels stressed, I think that's lovely to put on. Maybe it feels a bit red. Maybe it just feels a bit sort of, you know, stress from the day. And I leave that on for about 20 minutes and take it off. I love that mask. Another old mask that I've used for years and I don't have here is from Lom, and it's the Rescue Mask. And it's a very good mask. It's packed with camphor. And even though when Lom sold the company to Space NK, a lot of the original recipes were reformulated. This one I always feel when I squeeze it out, and I've finished it up so I can't show you, it's incredibly good if you have got spots and you just want to sort of dial back the redness. Another one like that is the Skin Perfecting Mark from Dr. Sebagh. That's another cream-based mask that does things like that. So those are all stressed skin, a bit red, whatever. Dry sheet masks had a fashion. I used to love them. I used to use Charlotte Tilbury's one. I've used Nanette de Gasp's ones. But I think with the evolution of wanting to not have so much waste, dry sheet masks people are funny about because they're not necessarily biodegradable. Although I'd like to find out actually a bit more if they are. But Dr. Jart came across the scene, a Korean brand, and he hit us. Because I remember when Dr. Jart came out and it was like, oh my God, these masks are so fab. So they're kind of fun, and they also have a ton of different ones for different things. Now this mask here is called the Creo Rubber. It's an intense moisturizing mask with a cooling and moisture lock-in rubber mask that boosts the absorption of hyaluronic acid. Now, the Koreans adore hyaluronic acid, and it comes with a little sort of ampule of hyaluronic acid. So what you're meant to do is put that ampule on your face, like that. So I'm gonna do, can't open it. Always happens, doesn't it? That thing you don't expect. Oh, no, I've got it open. Come on, yes. So I take the hyaluronic acid. It might just be the normal hyaluronic acid you buy from Dr. Jart product. What I'm gonna do is put it on like that. All right, it smells of serum eye cream, which is one of his things that I adore, put on my neck as well. Then I take this mask, and in this mask is something that makes it cool, because even as I'm lifting it up, I'm feeling it's quite cooling. And it comes in a few different parts, which I quite like actually, because what Dr. Jart used to do is things came as one, and everyone's face across the world might have a slightly different shape. They just have done this now, and I really like it because then it fits better. You just put it in two parts like that, and it goes on, and it feels quite cool. It feels really cooling like that. I don't know if there's anything in the biocellulose, but this is like biocellulose, so you just throw it away. It is a one-use mask. All right, so we'll keep that on. Feels nice. I think if I was feeling a bit tired, I'd put that on and I'll think, really nice. So that's Dr. Jart. Dr. Jart is £10. They also have these smaller masks, which are not the kind of, face mask. It's a sheet mask. It's a hydration sheet. And these are £6. There's a water jet soothing hydra solution mask, and there's there's two. They're exactly the same. One second. Water jet vital hydra solution. Slightly different, don't know the difference, but they're £6. So one-time use, you're going out for an event and you're thinking, I'd like to spend that money. It is quite expensive. I mean, I think these kind of masks, they are special occasion masks, and you think, I've got an event, I'm getting married, I've got a big birthday, worth getting. Otherwise, I do prefer still to have my mask ingredients in a pot. I think you're going to get more uses from it, but those are those kind of masks. In this category, there are certain masks that I use with LED. Now, LED is the light therapy that I put on. Current Body do an LED, the Light Salon do an LED, the facial LED. You can go to a salon and get LED light. It does help to stimulate collagen. It does help to, when I've done half an hour under an LED light, a professional one maybe I went to have, or I've got quite a professional machine at home, the Current Body Flexor, gives my skin this glow, and it makes it feel that the collagen has been stimulated. And I think the more I do it, the more I get the results. We had a woman on Facebook who used New Face with the LED every single day for 3 months, and the difference in the before and after was incredible. So when you use an LED mask, I sometimes use a biocellulose mask underneath because the light can go through it. The Current Body and the Light Salon both do their own biocellulose masks, but the one I prefer, and this is Spenny, is 3 Skin. There's a rose gold one, which is my favorite one. There's this one, which is the depuffing one, but these are like literally, I think 20 quid each, and that kind of feels a lot. There's an anti-blemish one, which I have not tried, by the way, I don't know. And the black diamond one here is also 20. So that is really spenny occasion. If you're thinking I can go and have a facial for, you're going out something, you want to go and have a facial with somebody, facials for me have changed. I used to go and have a facial and get extractions done, and then get some, I might get some steam on my face, extractions, and then a nice sort of massage. And that was a facial 30 years ago. 20 years ago, facials began to introduce exfoliating elements like little peels that you could do professionally. And then it was a sort of more sophisticated facial, still perhaps with extractions, maybe with some radio frequency. And facials today have moved on so much. So when I do a facial at home, I take elements of things that I can bring into my home and do them. So I will do an LED, I'll do some microneedling, then I'll do a mask, and I'll do LED. The cost of all of that is going to be less than the cost of my going to have a facial. But going to have the facial from 10 years ago, the facial I'd have now, I couldn't do radio frequency at home the way they can do it at a salon. So that's an alternative thing you can do is find out what would be good for your skin. And a general rejuvenation facial, if you're looking for facialists in your area, would be to have some kind of LED at the end of the treatment, maybe some extraction, maybe a little peel, maybe some radio frequency, which is that sort of machine that heats up. If you go to Face Gym, which is around the UK, and they have some in America, that's one of the facials they will do. And then they might do sort of oxygenation at the end, where they push in with this very high pressured pump. They put oxygen into your face, and it's an oxygenating facial. So those are all really good things to do, and my skin will look better if I go and do those than if I do something at home. But these can go some way to doing that. Facial massage is key, and I love facial massage, and I think to stimulate the oxygen around your face, that's a really good thing to do pre and post party mode. Now I'm going to go on to some really good face masks which are liquid. My Beautiful Skin, number 7, UK brand. I think it is £10, and sometimes it's in a 2 for 1. I love this as a mask, and I've used this a lot when I haven't had my Sizzly, really expensive black rose mask. There, I've got such a small bit of it because I've run out of the big one. But this is your classic cream mask, which you put on like that, you leave it on, it absorbs in, then massage in the rest, and you tissue off the remaining. And it does give you a lovely plump skin. I just think it's a phenomenally good mask. There's something in it too that's a tiny bit tingly. And I think price-wise, cost per wear is about 15, 20, 25p. So let me do a few more cream-based that I like. Dr. Sebagh does 2 fantastic glycolic masks. Now, glycolic masks are going to be like going to the facialist and having a little bit of that sort of peel moment, but it's an at-home lighter version. And he does one which is a deep exfoliating mask, and this is a glycolic mask. If you feel you've got lots of dead skin cells off, you might not do a daily exfoliating routine. This will kind of slosh off dead skin cells, give you that glow for a party, and then you put some makeup on top, put a moisturizer on top. It tingles a bit, and you shouldn't have sensitive skin to do this. If you have skin that's a little sensitive, he did bring out a few years ago a sensitive skin version, which is great. Now, if you're very, very sensitive skin, both these masks might not be good for you, but this is somebody who has a little sensitivity maybe to strong acid products, and then this is a good one to use. And I love those. I still use the orange one a lot in my routine. And I'm just going to show you as well with the number 7. So if I rub that a bit, you know, it's managed to go into my skin nicely, and actually a beautiful hand mask as well for the price. If you get 2 for 10, if they ever do that. Wonderful, intense night treatment for, I'd say, your hands, because suddenly my hands look like that of a 5-year-old. Not quite, but you know, just, it's a good mask. I love this mask, really do. All right, I'm going to take off my little mask from Dr. Jart. This was the one I started with. I've had it on now for about 8 minutes. It says 10 minutes, but you know. Now, I don't really think you can use it again. I'm going to put it back in here in case we feel we can, but I feel they're one-time use. And I'm going to feel my skin now. So I've really got that hyaluronic acid, which I'm now rubbing in. And I don't know how much it's done. It feels good, my skin. It does feel good. It doesn't feel sticky. You know how hyaluronic acid can sometimes be quite sticky as a process? Yeah. Yes, let's wait now for it to sink in. In the meantime, I'm going for a lip mask. Now, there's a Korean brand called, it begins with an L, I can't remember, it's in a little pink pot, and I used to use that as a lip mask at night. And this is another version of that. They're called Flash Patches Hydrating Lip Mask. I like the idea of that because my lips get really dry. Take 5 and go. Place the lip gel onto the clean lips for 5 minutes. Discard after use and massage any remaining serum into the lip area. Now, when I look at these things, Trehalose, which is a moisturizer, glycerine, which is just a good feeling, gives that nice feeling to your, whatever you're putting on your skin. I'm just trying to see if there's anything incredibly fantastic in here, because you might say to yourself, why don't I just put a moisturizer on my lips? And you can. So these things can be somewhat gimmicky, but I like to give them a go. So I'm going to put on this. I realise now it'd be difficult for me to talk. Okay. This is the Intense De-Stress Mask from Jane Scrivener, and it's got the same feeling of the number 7 one, but the ingredients are probably a little bit better. So I'm going to put that on like that. It smells absolutely divine, and I sometimes have a bath and put this on and let it soak in, and sometimes because I've got a steamy bathroom, it will soak in better than if I didn't. Oh, that's better. I got a little breathing hole now. So we'll put that on, rub it in a bit. Whenever I do a cream mask, I do rub it in a bit and then leave it to absorb the rest. Medik8 do great masks, and I got a new mask from them, which is the HEO mask, Optimal Ratio Moisturization Mask. I've tried this mask and I quite like it. So it's a 2-step overnight hydration mask which replenishes skin with 3 essential elements for long-lasting hydration. Humectants, which are just things that give emollient to your skin, and occlusives, an optimized HEO ratio, work together in harmony. So what you do, you put the blue gel on your face and neck, and then you apply the white cream, and you leave it on overnight. I have tried it, I do remember, and I do like it actually. So this is an overnight mask. Patchology has quite a few products. They have the rejuvenating eye gels here. I didn't try those yet. I've never been an eye gel fan, but we can just put them on. We can do the eye gel ones now. Here they are. You know me, I've just never been into eye creams. I like to just use my serum everywhere because I think I don't have a hugely dry under eye, but these come in a pot, which I like. I feel that you're getting more bang for your buck there. And these are Patchology, a brand that began making patch technology for medical field, and now they make quick fixes for busy lives. So they impregnate the patches really well. £14 for 5 of the lip ones, and the eye gels are £14 for 5. And there's a 5-minute flash mask you can use as well, which dials down redness. So, you know, they're using a technology that was used in the medical field. Okay, now let's take that off. Let's look at the lip. I think it's quite nice. I mean, I do feel my lips look quite nice. Maybe there is something in it. The lip mask is nice. This does not have Vaseline in it, by the way. There's glycerine, but not Vaseline. This is interesting. It's an exfoliant, and an exfoliant's quite nice to do when you're getting ready for a party if you don't have sensitive skin. And it's actually got lactic acid in it. So it's liquid like that. And you then add some water, which I'm going to do, and it just turns into an exfoliant on your face. So it's similar to Rodin did this rice bran exfoliant, but if you want that sort of exfoliant that you can also travel with, and it's not liquid, you just mix this with water, it really lathers up quite a lot, and it becomes like a smooth paste, so you get that gentle exfoliation, and then the lactic acid, very gentle amount, because I'm feeling nothing. Smells like nothing. Smells like, yeah, nothing. And then I'm just going to take that off and see if I notice if I feel my skin feels soft and luxe. Interesting that she's done a range. Like the package too. It's a nice glass bottle. All right, so I put that on. So it was a powder. I'll tell you who else does this powder stuff. So Rodin does it. De Mamiel does it with her oil. You can mix, you see me do this, that sort of powder. And it's just, you know, my skin feels smooth. So that's an alternative. Nice to try some, 22 quid. She focuses on wellness, Alicia Keys. We love her singing voice. New York, do 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 do. My favourite song. Lionel Knights did it so much. We were continuously playing New York. Wildsmith is a brand, I do adore this brand. UK brand, and they have a clay mask. When we were talking earlier about pore refining, smells delicious, smell it. Okay. And then also Votary, which is an organic brand. These are now a bit spenny, but some of my favourite masks. This is a refining mask. Very similar to 320 megahertz refining mask, which I've used on this channel. The Votary one you put on like this, you rub it in, you keep it on, you're going to get a slight little warmth to your hand of the kind of refinement I'm going to do on the other side, the 320 megahertz. The guy who invented this, Paul Bellows, he always says, keep moving. So some masks you put on and you lie down, you relax, but this, you just keep moving and keep massaging it in. It uses Rose Otto, which is one of my favorite roses, and it's got in it some very good, slight tingly exfoliants in it, and it absorbs incredibly well. The one from Votary is a more sort of less jelly-like and more creamy-like, so it takes longer to absorb. So these two you put on, you leave on for 10 minutes, and then you remove. I think they're both going to be the same price as each other, but I will give you that. So the Votary one is £55, but you'd need very little. And I think 320 megahertz rose resurfacing mask is about the same. I haven't got the price here, but I remember they're similar. Beautiful masks as well. These are all nurturing things to do at home. And I think it's really good, even if we have no events, so we can have a little bit of nurturing. I'm going to take off those eye patches. I've never believed in eye patches, and just see if I think my eyes are showing some benefit. I mean, you know, has anything changed? No. But does it feel nice? Yes, it feels very nice. It feels nice. It's a personal choice. Sometimes the action of lying down, putting an under eye patch on, you just feel the coolness. Otherwise, we can take Farm Girls little balls like this, which I put in the ice, and we can just go round and round. I'll tell you what, I dip them in ice and they really are cold. And you can just, oh God, if I went close together, I'm sure I'll crack them. I have to be careful. But that feeling on your eyes is mesmerizingly good. Oh, I can just feel those baggy upper eyelids shriveling with the iciness of this. It's very nice, actually, very nice. They're £44, so they're constricting the blood vessels. My skin is feeling good. I've got so many different concoctions on my face now. It's a rainy day in London, but it doesn't stop me putting on some BFF. Putting Miracle Blur on after, you can put it on before or after. I put it on after. Well, I put on my BFF Rebalance, and then I put it on now on top. So my eyelids now, that will last beautifully and works really well. And now I'm thinking today, I might put on a little bit of, yes, I'll put on a bit of that. Slightly brownier lip. That's what I want to do today, and on my cheek too. Going to put some Katie on top of that. And then I just need to finish off with a little bit of some brow and mascara. So there we go. There, and a little bit of mascara. And I'm sort of set up for the day. Cool. I hope that's been helpful. I know that, you know, a lot of you might have something to go to, and some of you might not have anything to go to, but I still think it's really good to have that moment of nurturing our skin at home. And so I do recommend having a few little products in your arsenal of your skincare regime that can help to sort of fix your skin. And of the ones I've mentioned, there's some for oily skin, there's some for quick fixes, there's some for depuffing, and there's some for intense hydration. Have a great day. Bye.